Hi everyone, this is two-time World Poker Tour champion Jonathan Little, and I want to tell you about my training site, PokerCoaching.com. Poker coaching is the place to be if you want to increase your poker skills and learn to crush the games. It's the only place to quickly increase your win rate with active learning, so you can achieve your full poker potential without having to hire an expensive coach. Right now, podcast listeners can score a free membership by visiting PokerCoaching.com/cardplayer and get access to top training tools like our interactive hand quizzes, our 7, 14, and 30-day challenges, and a roster of elite coaches such as Matt Affleck, James Romero, Burt DraftGanger Stevens, Michael Acevedo, and dozens of others. Again, that's PokerCoaching.com/cardplayer to get your free membership right now.
By now, you've heard about Global Poker, one of the fastest growing online card rooms available in the US and Canada today. So what's stopping you from trying it out? Global Poker is a safe and secure social poker site that uses their own patented sweepstakes model. Signing up is easy. You can use Google, Facebook, or just an email address. You can always play for free on Global Poker, but you can also buy gold coins for additional play, which will earn sweeps coins that can be redeemed for real cash to a bank account, Skrill account, or even as a gift card. Get a free 5,000 gold coins when you sign up right now at globalpoker.com.
Poker Stories is an audio series that features casual interviews with some of the game's best players and personalities. Each episode highlights a well-known figure in the poker world and dives deep into their favorite tales, both on and off the feld.
Hello and welcome to Poker Stories, a podcast brought to you by Card Player, the poker authority, and hosted by me, Julio Rodriguez. This is episode number 147, and it features Jose Ignacio Barbero, better known as Nacho Barbero. Like many other top players, Nacho came from the world of Magic the Gathering. The Argentinian discovered the game as a teenager, and it wasn't long before he was one of the top-ranked players in the world, representing his country at tournaments all over the globe. It was during his time in Magic that Nacho found poker, and by the age of 24, he had made the switch. He broke out in 2010 with 2 of his 3 total victories on the Latin American Poker Tour, along with a high roller win at EPT London for nearly $900,000. And over the years, he continued to put up results while also playing in some of the biggest cash games around. Barbero had a terrible start to 2022, losing a big chunk of his net worth in a cryptocurrency investment. However, he has since bounced back with an incredible stretch of results that started with his first World Series of Poker bracelet and $587,000. In February, he finished 4th at the PokerStars Players Championship for a career-best $1.55 million, and he then followed that up with a win and a runner-up at the Triton Vietnam series and a win at the PokerGO PLO series for another $1.4 million in total cashes. As a result, he now sits in first place in the Card Player Player of the Year race. Anyway, that's enough intro. Here is my conversation with Nacho Barbero. I'm here with Jose Ignacio, better known as Nacho Barbero. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, it seems like you've been doing great. This has been a great last year for you, really, going back to last year's World Series of Poker. Feels like you're on top of the world, and in fact, you are on top of the poker world right now. You're number 1 in our Player of the Year rankings. How are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling great, honestly. I mean, my mind is in poker. I've been just playing, studying, doing everything related with poker. Like, so when I set myself into that, I tend to do really good. I haven't been going out. I've been like very, very focused.
Yeah.
Good schedule, trying to be healthy now, like doing everything like it makes me, be on the zone, and I'm there, and it's working out.
Do you feel like you're in the zone every time you sit down, or is it like tournament to tournament where you're like, okay, this is another one of those spots where everything's going my way?
No, I feel like I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, and some tournaments. Maybe I got a bit distracted for some reasons.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I know you will talk about that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I honestly, at the beginning of the tournament, for example, now in the poker series, I love soccer, and I was watching like some soccer match of Real Madrid Barcelona. That's maybe I should avoid that, and I was thinking about it, but I'm still in the zone, I'm paying attention to everything on the table anyway. But yeah, because people is like, oh, why is he watching a soccer game? But I just love soccer, and I will watch it still.
You can't put soccer on in the poker room.
You can't put soccer out of the world. But no, yeah, I mean, I was saying being on the right mindset. That was my point.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about the recent PLO series, but I want to go back to the beginning. Did you grow up in Buenos Aires?
Yeah, I grew up actually, I was born in the capital, Buenos Aires. When I was 1 year and a half, I moved 70 kilometers away. It's kind of small city, 100,000 inhabitants. And it's more chill than Buenos Aires. It's it's better to grow up kids, because we had more liberty, we could just ride your bike, do whatever you want. It was more, it's a small city that nothing happens. In Buenos Aires, honestly, you gotta go with your kids, or you take them by yourself, because it's so dangerous. Cars everywhere. It's over there it's just we're just doing whatever we want the whole day.
You got a little bit of the suburbs life.
Yeah, suburbs life, yeah.
And Magic the Gathering, how did that creep in?
Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I was actually living there in Campana. So one of my friends, when we were 17, he bought some decks.
You got it that late?
16, 17, yeah.
I assumed you were getting into it younger than that.
No.
Man, you got that good that fast?
I don't know. I mean, I loved the game. As soon as I saw it, it was wow, this game is amazing.
Okay, well, have you been into games before that?
No, not at all. Zero. That's crazy.
What were you doing before Magic then?
Nothing.
Just playing soccer in the...
Yeah, exactly. No, I was playing basketball in high school. I was in high school not doing anything. My high school was terrible. I got Magic, and I was deciding what I was gonna do, and I was entering. You have to do a 1 year prep that is called CBC to get into the law school. So I was in high school, and I had to do that, right? So I went over there, and I realized that the girlfriends that they were doing it with me, that came from a private school, they knew everything. They were so prepared, and I was so unprepared. My high school was so bad, so I was oh my god, well, I really didn't do anything in high school. I was just and besides, it was the fact that I was starting to play Magic the last year of high school, and I was
so college wasn't looking
looking very promising. No, but I actually did really good in the CBC. I approved everything in 1 year, and it's actually very hard. And I was my girlfriends really helped me actually. I passed it perfect, but there it was just the beginning of Magic. So every day I would be on studying and going to play. I was still living in Campana, but I was traveling. So now I started to play a lot, and I started to go to Magic tournaments, and I qualified for the nationals. Then I went to the national, my first national. That's it actually. I went to my first national, and I got second. I actually fucked it up on the finals. It was a super complicated game. And it was like a million things, all those Magic games that are 200 things on the table, all over.
Just a big tree.
Oh, yeah. The guy played green. I was I played combo deck. It was super complicated. But I qualified for the World Cup, that it was in Belgium. So I went to represent Argentina. And that was when I was 18. And after that, everything just felt oh, wow, I really want to play this. Because I met the guys on the Pro Tour. I made some friends over there in Belgium. And I knew I was good. And I started playing more tournaments, qualifying for more tournaments. And I started to travel around.
So you were basically a pro from 17 to 23?
23, yeah.
At Magic the Gathering.
At Magic the Gathering, yeah. I traveled the whole world playing Magic before I was 23. Yeah. I was like, I went to like 5 times to Japan, Australia, United States. Like all the tournaments were here, so all over here. Canada, yeah, everywhere. Europe, all over Europe.
Little did you know you were training for life as a poker pro.
Yeah, it's true.
I was telling my wife before I came out, she's like, who are you going to interview? I said, well, this guy has his own sports card.
Yeah. How do you know that?
I Googled it. I found you. You looked a little different back then.
Yeah, I know. They didn't make many of those. They have 32 only.
Do you have it? Do you have any?
Yeah, I have.
Are you the one selling them on eBay?
Well, I actually, it's crazy that when they made it, it was like the top 32 players in the world. And
let's drive the price up, guys. If you're listening at home, go up and buy up all the Nacho Magic the Gathering cards.
It was not Nacho before. It was Jose Ignacio Barbero. You can Google.
Yeah.
Nobody called me Nacho by then.
Right. So you drive the price up, and then you'll be sitting on a pile of gold pretty soon.
Yeah. Maybe we do an NFT after.
So I'm assuming you're hanging out with all your Magic friends and somebody pulls out a regular poker deck at some point?
It wasn't quite like that. So in Argentina, I explain you fast. 2002, huge crisis, economic collapse, we default. And just before that, I met a French guy that his father was Argentinian. When we were playing in Australia, I had to play against him. I was playing the World Championship in Australia. And he told me, hey, this is a good story. Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. His friend is Amiel Teneman. And he was coming to Argentina because his father was filming like a film about the Che Guevara, Motorcycle Diaries. He's a he's a film producer. So he comes to Argentina and he's right there on the 2002.
You talking about the movie?
Yeah.
With Gael Garcia Bernal? Yeah.
That one.
Great movie.
It's amazing. So he was there and he came to Argentina. We become really good friends. And he starts seeing like how the country, there were pillages on the country, like riots everywhere. It was a mess. That was 2002, December. And he goes to me and like say, hey bro, what are you doing here? Why don't you come to France? You can stay at my house. I'm like, what? Yeah, sure. You can. I live with my mom, but you can stay with me. Did you find something or something? I'm like, snapped.
Yeah.
I snapped cold.
Airlift me out of this crisis.
I snapped cold. I was like, what? I was looking like the country burning, like the flames everywhere, pillage, riot, everything. And I say, my mom, sorry, mom, like I'm done with school. I'm going to France. I don't know what I'm going to do, whatever. So I went to France with this guy. This is one of my best friends forever.
How was your French?
I got a personal, how you call it?
A tutor?
Yeah, a tutor. Yeah. So I took 3 months of one-on-one. So I already knew. So when I got there after 1 month, I was speaking perfectly fluent. Yeah, it was way easier because it was like every day one-on-one. But I had no money. It's funny. I actually worked to go there. I told my dad, hey, Dad, I want to work. He said, okay, come work with me. What I made working in one day, I spent, it was so shredded, the economy in Argentina. So what I made working in one day, we went to play a Pro Tour in Venice, a Magic Pro Tour. I spent in one lunch.
Yeah.
On the first lunch. I worked 40 days. I didn't get me through the day in Venice. That was crazy. So then, everything developed.
And people wonder why they're migrant workers. You know what I mean? Like it's
insane. You guys have.
Scale.
I was getting paid like I don't know. I think I made like 100 euros working the whole month for my father or something like that. It was crazy. My father was telling me like, why would I pay you more than what I pay a regular guy that you don't know? You can't do anything. You can't. You're the worst. You're gonna get paid the same.
How big were the Magic prize pools?
They were there were like 40,000 for a first in the Pro Tour, 40,000, and in the Magic Grand Prix it was like 2,500, nothing.
Yeah.
But then you can do like stuff like sell, buy cars. So I qualified for a Pro Tour in Yokohama there, And I went there and I finished 6th, and I got 16,000, and I was so rich.
Yeah.
I was so rich. And then
take that back to Argentina. You're a king.
no, yeah, I was flying. And so then that year, at the end of the year, Gabriel Nassif, that is like used to be a Team PokerStars Pro, very famous. He twitches. He's one of the most famous Magic players of all time. He's very, very good.
Yeah, Gabriel Nassif is what I've been calling him. Gabriel Nassif.
Gabriel Nassif.
Nassif. Okay.
Yeah. So he came to America, and he was very good friends with Eric Froelich and all, like.
I assume David Williams then.
Yeah, all those. And they show him the poker, like online poker. So he come back to France, and I was at his place. I was staying a lot at his place too. Because we were really good friends, I would stay there. We would test the decks, Magic the Gathering. So he had a really nice apartment, like 3 blocks away from La Tour Eiffel. So I was staying there so much with him, and he showed me, and we were there, and like I see him playing. He was playing 2-5 on Party Poker, $2 and he was playing. He wins. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Hey, can I play on your account? He said, yeah, sure. And I believe me, the first night I played, I don't know why, I saw people making straight with the deuce and 3 off on limit hold'em. So I saw deuce 3 off was a good hand.
Yeah.
Imagine how I finished the session on limit hold'em ring game. I got shredded. I lost $800. I couldn't sleep. I was shaking after because I didn't even have $800. It was too this. I mean, I did have, but sometimes you would get delay on the payments, from Magic. So he wakes up the next day, and I tell him, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna pay you. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I did. I lost it all. He said, like, don't worry, bro. You will pay me someday. And then I say, oh wow, this. But I saw it there. Like it was like free money. It was 2002, like limit hold'em. Like it was like okay. So we all started playing their poker.
It's interesting that you lost though your first session and you came back for more. That's not a common story. Almost everyone I talked to for this podcast, they won their first session. You know what I mean? That's what got them hooked. So you got buried.
I got buried,
and you came back for more.
And I said, I want more. We need to get this thing going.
So you turn 24, and that's when poker kind of becomes your focus?
I was 22 there. I started playing a lot, and we started playing a lot online. There were some sites, and Party Poker and some others. Then on 2003, I went to play my first live tournament. I played a limit tournament, and the second day I played a live tournament, my first no limit tournament. It was 500 euros at the Aviation. So this, you won't believe this, but my first live tournament, no limit tournament, I won it for 25,000 euros.
There it is.
There it is. Boom, straight away. I was like, oh wow, this is easy. I remember I won ace king to ace king, like with 14 left, and then I just was massive chip leader.
You think that happens all the time? You're like, yeah, of course. One of my
sure,
suits will make a flush sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is so easy.
That's great. Okay, so you're into poker. Was it hard to say goodbye to Magic? Or is there do you age out of Magic at a certain point? They say poker peak is mid to late 30s, right?
Yeah.
So what is that for Magic?
I mean, honestly, I think you gotta be in your 20s for Magic. I mean, maybe up to 30s or something, because it's hard. I mean, obviously there are really good players that they are over that. I mean, they are, and they still tend to do great. But it's way better when you have no responsibilities, when you have no kids, when you have you don't have to make an income for your family and all that. You just can focus that. Listen, I tell you something that you won't believe it, but this, I tell people this all the time. So let's say the decks, there are 60 cards, right? I would have the deck so much in my hand all day long that if I would grab a deck, the cards are like 1 gram or something, and the deck would have 59 cards, that it was illegal, that is 1 gram less. I would already realize without counting it that there was 1 gram difference on the deck. Or if it had 61, I would realize already.
Yeah.
If 1 gram one of the other ways, I would already just for touching the deck. Because we would spend 8 hours shuffling and playing against each other every day. One-on-one, 8 hours, playing, testing the decks, getting ready for the Pro Tours.
You never get to hold the deck in poker.
Yeah, exactly. You never get. So at that age, when we were so young, it was amazing. Because then we started to do like poker. We still going to the Magic Pro Tours, and it was amazing because it was like a good combination, But yeah, I would say up to like 25 is like, or 25 cities is like your peak.
Yeah, it's time to put the deck
I
away
still
for
play.
competition. You still play, huh?
I played 2 nights ago. We there's so many guys that play here.
Yeah.
And we play together.
And how are your skills? Are you rusty? Has the game passed you by, or are you still?
Nah, yeah, I'm way worse now. Way worse. But I still love it. I make so many mistakes now. It's crazy, so complicated. We play one format that is super complicated, and it's very hard to like be good.
Well,
But we play for a lot of money.
There you go. So that's what I was going to ask. How do you incorporate the gambling into?
Yeah,
Magic?
we probably are the ones that play the most money in the world.
Really?
With my friends.
You have the most high stakes Magic the Gathering game?
I'm pretty sure we are.
What's a buy-in for a typical Magic game?
No, we played. We play $500, and then we play $500 for the team. You can lose $2,000, but I don't think like the people playing for more money.
No, probably not. Like you said, they would kill for $1,600 or whatever it was, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you're playing poker. You do very well on the LAPT. I think you get back-to-back wins. You have 3 overall there. What was your opinion of life on the road as a traveling circuit grinder?
I actually really like it, and I enjoyed it for a while. Even I was like for 2 years without a home.
Yeah.
But then I realized I didn't want that. I was like 2 years. I was coming back to Argentina and getting a hotel room. That was like traveling around the world, hotels everywhere, Airbnbs, whatever. And yeah, it was fun. I mean, I was being sponsored by PokerStars, so it was kind of cool. You would get to travel to all the tournaments and stuff. But then it gets old. Like, I was like, at some point I say, okay, this is a no-go. So I got an apartment in Argentina, and at least a place, like you come back home and you have your bed and you have your stuff over there. Because like, it's hard. It's hard to be on the road, and I mean, I did it. I mean, maybe I was 26, 27, and it was okay back then, but now it's impossible. Even though I just did it now, I went. That's
what I'm saying. You've been traveling like crazy.
Yeah, I've been traveling like crazy. But I still have, like, at least I have a place where I can leave my stuff.
Right. You don't have to keep everything in your backpack,
Yeah, literally I had 2 suitcases. that was my life, like.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a weird mental toll that takes on you, being fried all the time in different time zone, and not being able to just do the normal everyday. I mean, like, you didn't go to grocery stores like during that time or anything. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Eating out every meal, trying not to gain 1 billion pounds.
Yeah, exactly, and that's actually what I'm here right now, because I wanna get healthy. I mean, I gained so much weight.
Oh, you're looking good. I don't see the weight.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a bit picky, but yeah, I've been like away for like literally 7 months, traveling nonstop, and I went to like Europe. Okay, I stayed 5 months in Europe. Like, I love eating. Like, what? Am I gonna be in Spain? I'm not going to restaurants. Like, not caring about what I eat. Yeah, I still work out every day, but like, it's not the same that when I'm here, for example, that, now I'm like doing keto, I'm fasting every day. I mean, I'm so healthy. I never drink. Yeah. The other day I was at a poker game. I drank 2 glasses of wine, and I got so drunk with 2 glasses, because I haven't been drinking at all, 0. So like, it's like, wow, am I really that rusty with alcohol? That two glasses, I was completely drunk. So tipsy, when it usually takes me like 4 glasses of wine to be tipsy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You became a lightweight. I
was like, what is going on? How can I be so drunk after this? Don't give me any more. I'm gonna lose it all. I actually lost, obviously.
How was your pandemic? Did you go into the lab and do a lot of poker studying like a lot of people did?
I actually was an amazing pandemic. I played a lot. Yeah, I studied for sure. But it was super cool because I was in Argentina, and we have this. I was living in this building that we have like 5 towers, and for me it's like 4 towers. The best building like in Buenos Aires. So it's the best building. There are so many poker players that are living there. So many friends. So we couldn't leave the building. I mean, you can only go to the supermarket. But every night we would gather in somebody's house.
Yeah.
Because like I have one friend like next to my apartment, and like I could like actually jump to his apartment. We were like,
So you had your own little lockdown crew.
Yeah, so we would drink wine during the nights, like do meals. I had like at least 5 or 6 friends that lived there on the same building, on different towers. So we were just there, like, and then I would do 1 week in my apartment and 1 week in my friend's Emiliano Alcaide. He has like a house on the suburbs, like 30 minutes away, with like a golf course, and like you couldn't play golf though, but like a swimming pool and everything. So I would do 1 week in my home, 1 week at his place, and in his place there were like 20 people, like all the family, all friends and stuff, and we would do barbecues. We played. You know what we did a lot too? We played a lot of everybody did computer games.
What kind of games?
Age of Empires. Every night, back to 20
You're
years ago.
You're such a gamer for somebody who didn't.
Of course, I was playing Counter-Strike. I'm such a nerd. I didn't want to say it. My life was playing Counter-Strike and Age of Empires and playing Magic the Gathering every day.
Yeah.
It was that's what we would do.
It kept you sane, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you came out of it a stronger poker player?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at like the best poker players. Like Brian Kenny #1, Justin Monaco was #1. Brian Kenny was a poker player. Isaac Haxton, it was all Magic players. If you think about it.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy the connection that game has to.
Because think about it, like in Magic the Gathering, like you play 1-on-1, and you have to figure out what you start with 7 cards, right? And sometimes you have 5, 6, 3, 1 cards. So basically, how will you play the perfect game is if you realize what the other guy has, what the other guy is holding. It's exactly the same as poker. So I played 5 years trying to realize what the guy has in front of me. And like all the poker situations they're 1-on-1. So we had like that training of like reading people, what he has, what he's going to do, how is he going to react. It's exactly the same like in another game.
Do you think you could read people better than some of the GTO robots out there?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Because you talk to some people and they don't put any stock into a live read.
No.
In their brain, it's a glitch in the matrix. You know what I mean? Like they throw it away because it's unreliable and it's all about sizing and whatever.
No, it's not. Yeah, no. I mean, I put a lot of. It's like a 50-50 for me.
50-50.
Yeah, or not 50-50, more like 70% and 30% try get a live reads and stuff. But we've been doing this. I mean, I'm 41 now. I've been doing this playing, 24 years, just like playing 1-on-1 with people.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. And if you think of it, it's exactly that. It's all these Magic situations, all of the poker situations. You are always on the reader with one person. It's never a multi-way pot. It kind
of reminds me of like Stu Unger back in the day. You know, he would do the same thing with bridge. He would play bridge and be able to count down the opponent's entire hand, you know, to the card and the deck, just with card sense and being able to stare a guy down. And, you know, maybe Magic the Gathering is the modern day bridge.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It's not all about that, obviously, but yeah, it's a huge edge. I mean, like somebody that comes from another environment. I mean, they have another mind setup, and they have another like. It's completely different for them. I mean, you studying just like solvers and stuff all the time. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get good at that, but you're not gonna get good at the part of like
Yeah.
feeling the other, seeing the other, what the other is doing and stuff.
What about your tolerance for risk? Did you have to learn that, or have you always been a gambler?
Well, my tolerance for risk is very high now. I don't know if you know about it, but I was doing a lot of crypto, and I unfortunately had all my money in Luna, and I lost
All your money in Luna.
95%.
That's a lot of your money.
It was a lot, many millions to the drain in 3 days. So yeah, after that, after that, I feel like first of all, it made me more careful. Being more careful. I think maybe I needed that. I was trying to make 100 millions, and I was like, that's a no go, that's never gonna happen. But yeah, after that, my risk tolerance is very, very high. I was so depressed for like 2 months. I was like in really, really, really bad state. Like I couldn't believe it. But it is what it is. You learn the lesson. I should have been more careful, more diversified, and yeah, I basically lost it all. Way more than Espen that he lost it all too, and then he went and win the World Series. But I think maybe it's a good sign for poker. You just lose it all with Luna, and then you just start winning everything.
Yeah, it happened to Espen. Yeah, and I had heard that the bracelet came at a good time because of you were down on crypto. I didn't realize it was that much pain in your life for crypto. But.
Yeah, after that, I didn't have sex for 2 months. I was so depressed. I just focused on myself. I would say, okay, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna do Windhof every day. I was doing Windhof every day. I was doing cryo every day. I have a place really close here. So every day before the World Series, I would do Windhof, gym, cryo.
That's like a deep cold plunge or something?
Oh, you get in the chamber.
Okay.
Yeah, frozen like minus 180 or something. Yeah. Oof. It's only 4 minutes or something. It's not that bad. At the beginning it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then I would go to play, and I say I'm gonna just make it back, and I won like 1.2 millions in like 2 months. It's just like focus, like nothing. Just I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make the money back, and I did it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the bracelet. You'd had a couple close calls for bracelets before. I know you said you wanted to be the first Argentinian to win a bracelet. Almost happened.
Almost happened.
Yeah.
It was it's so crazy what happened that day. I was chip leader on the 5K 6 max with 7 left, and Ivan Luca, he was on the $1,500 bracelet event of the World Series, and he was on the final table, and I got knocked out 7, and he won the first bracelet.
Yeah.
So he got the...
Happy for your countrymen, but sad for yourself.
No, it's fine. I like Ivan. He's a good friend, and he's one of the best poker players we have, or used to be the best for sure. Yeah, so I'm happy for him, and he won it. But yeah, of course, I would have loved to be me, but it didn't happen.
Let's talk about poker in Argentina real quick before we talk about the bracelet. There are 4 bracelet winners in Argentina. I think Argentina is the 8th largest country in the world, but 29th in bracelets. Do you need to spread the gospel of poker more?
29 bracelets we have?
29th in bracelets.
29, okay.
29th in bracelets behind other countries. So.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have really good players, I think, and it's growing really fast.
That's going to be the next boom spot, you think? South America?
I don't know. The economy is too bad. But yeah, Brazil is like a powerhouse now, and Argentina also. But we don't have like the same amount of high stake rigs that Brazil has, for example.
But you got some names. Damian Salas, obviously crushing the WSOP.
Damian is one of my best friends. He's amazing. Then you have
Maria.
Maria crashing, Ramiro Petrone, Ivan Luca.
Yeah.
No, we have really, really good players.
Let's get to the bracelet. It's the 10K turbo. You take it down for, let's see here. What was it, 7K?
It was total 650K with like bounties. It was 550 and I got like 90K in bounties or something like that. I got like 30 bounties.
Right. So, and obviously you get the gold bracelet. So.
Yeah, finally.
And
it was against a Brazilian. That is a really, really good friend. I mean, really nice guy. Fabiano Kowalski. He was so nice because I beat Brazil on the heads up.
Obviously the money's nice, but did you feel like relief? Like I finally got the gold, or?
Yeah, I felt relief. So relief. It was my poker dream, honestly. And yeah, it was amazing.
Where do you keep the bracelet?
It's here.
Okay. You don't have it like displayed anywhere or anything like that, so.
Yeah, it's here.
I wasn't sure. Was that the?
I should
put
the
recent one.
I should put it in my box. Actually, maybe I should take it to my box.
I see the Triton trophy. I think that is right over there, right?
Yeah.
That one hasn't been put away yet.
No.
Okay, so did that feel like you win that tournament? All of a sudden, things are clicking for you, like.
Yeah. It's pretty much. It's been a really, really good like last 8 months. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm putting a lot of time and I'm just playing a lot, working a lot on the game, been studying a lot of mixed games, a lot of, no limit too. I mean, everything. It's just like, if the more you work, the better the results.
Yeah, you're putting time in the lab, huh? Let's talk about the infamous $25,000 PSPC, because this was, your biggest score ever, $1.5 million. Obviously, fourth place, great result, but you did have a little bit of an error at the final table that got people talking.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, honestly. I mean,
Well, what happened?
I was like, I already felt that I already won the tournament, honestly. And I don't know why I started speaking with somebody from the crew and like somebody from the rail, and I was talking to them. I was so drained. I couldn't sleep the last couple of days. I was in a good mindset, but it was very hard. So I don't know. I talked to them, and when I look back, I didn't see this guy open under the gun, and I see the big blind, and I'm on the small blind. I was just like, I grabbed some chips and I put him all in, and the dealer say, "Oh, but there is action over there," and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I put 5 million. That it was 20 blinds, and the guy shoved on top. He had pocket jacks, and I had to fold. So I had before the hand 22 millions. I was chip leader, and the guy that opened he had like maybe 13 millions. So after that, I lose 2 more hands or 3 more hands, and I go down to 12 millions. So I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But then I regained posture, I was like, okay, nothing happened. I'm still gonna get this. I started winning every hand. I was playing really good. I was like winning. I went up to like 24 millions. And the second had 12 million, I think, or 14 millions, 10 and 8. And this guy, I got cooler really hard. Like, this guy came A6-5, and I had A6 on the big blind. The guy bet on the flop, and I raised him because the guy, every time he would raise on the flop, he had nothing. So I figured that if I raised the flop, he would think I had nothing. He called. It came at 10 off. He checked, and there was like 12.5 millions on the turn. I shoved. He had 8 million left, and he snapped call, and he had ace 10. That was for like 65% of the chip in place.
Brutal.
Yeah, I got 3 outed, and then after that hand, I was left with 8 millions, and there were 20 blinds, and I couldn't never recover. But if I would have, for example, like what my thinking after that was, if I would have lost after the misclick, because I went from 22 millions to 0 straight away. But no, I still regained the chip lead. I had 2 times the second one, and I still lost. So it's okay, you know, like.
You took positives from it.
Yeah, but if it would have been the other way around, that it would have gone from 22 millions after the mixed click to 0 and bust, I would have been with the biggest tilt of my life.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have won this extra 1.5.
Yeah, exactly, because that's 100% me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was if the mixed click would have cost me the final table. It actually did cost me the final table for sure, because it changed the whole dynamic. The guys were like, they were scared. Like I was like, I had all the chips. I was raising every hand. I was winning every hand, and now suddenly I make the mistake. And it changes everything. And as soon as I bust, they chopped the tournament, and it was over.
Yeah. So yeah, $1.5 million and a little bit of a positive feeling that you were able to right the ship at the end there. And in the months since, you went to Triton in Vietnam. Yeah. I mean, for poker, you're a guy who doesn't want to travel, and you're going to Vietnam for poker.
This is okay. I gotta say out loud, thanks to Phil Nagy, the CEO of ACR, America's Card Room, because he's like, hey, I want to do something with you. We want to work with you. Just come to Triton and we talk over there. And he was like, really, bro? Do I have to go to Triton? I was like, you don't have any other closer place I can go to play with the best in the world in Triton?
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, brother. I mean, it's like I booked my flight. I mean, it was like, oh my God, the craziest flight to get there. Flights canceled and everything. It was like a mess. Spent like $9,000 on the flight ticket.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I got there like, I don't know, like a miracle. But, like so many things happened on that flight. And I don't know who I was talking to. Like, I tell you, okay, this trip is starting really, really bad. I was in Wyoming. I went to snowboard, and they canceled. And I go to the airport, and they canceled my flight. And I had to make it to San Fran that night. I talked to the guy that bought my ticket, and he said, like, bro, there's no business flights in the next 4 days, so you better get to San Fran tonight. And I look around, and like in Wyoming, in Jackson Hole, I'm like, bro, there are 3 flights. I don't even think it's possible, and my flight is canceled. So I ended up buying like a ticket for $1,700 one way to Salt Lake City. That flight gets delayed 1 hour, so now I have 25 minutes to make the connection. I arrived there, I ran to the gate. When I go to the gate, I don't have my wallet. I had to go get it back running to the other gate, 10 minutes. I had my backpack and like a huge bag running through the whole airport.
That's when I would have quit and went back home to Vegas.
I swear I was there, like, they were calling me, Barbero is the last call and stuff. Barbero is the last call. I was all sweaty. I get to the plane. I don't know how a miracle I got to the plane. And yeah, I jumped into the plane and I went to Triton, but it was pretty wild. I was like, oh my God, what is going on?
It turned out to be a great flight that you made, because you won the 15K and you finished second in the 25K for a total of $1.06 million. I mean, great trip.
Yeah, it was.
You don't even care about the delays on the way back.
No, I know. I loved it. I was like, wow. And yeah, it was actually great. And the competition was really tough. The fields were amazing, actually, but like they're all like the top recs. But the experience was amazing of Triton, and I would recommend to everybody to go to those tournaments, because if they can and they can afford it, because it's like very laid back, like it's very friendly atmosphere. It's not like sometimes like I see like like other tournaments where they're playing 100Ks and stuff. They're like out there with their like robots, like doing it. This was like a lot of Asian businessmen. Like it was cool, like
laid back, relaxed,
super laid back.
Do you feel the same way in the PokerGO studio?
Actually, it was good. Yeah, the PokerGO studio. I love playing there.
That's this past week. You won event number 3 for another $250,000. You finished sixth in the 25K for another $125K. You also cashed in the 10K. And as a result, you're now leading the Player of the Year race for Card Player. Is that something you're gunning for the rest of the year? We're going to see you on the circuit grinding, or?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna play everything pretty much. I mean, the World Series, everything. I'm gonna play now the US Open, and I'm probably gonna play also. I'm now 100%. I'm playing EPT Monaco.
Back
maybe
on the plane.
on Triton. Yeah, I'm playing Triton on. Yeah, it's just go. I mean, it's just gonna. I love playing. I mean, and now I'm first on the. What is gonna do?
Do you have any ego about things like that? Would you?
No.
Do you like the glory of it? I mean, because in tournaments you get to be the guy at the end with the trophy. You get to take your picture. Cash, you go and you're anonymous. You know.
I love it. I actually didn't play tournaments for 2 years. You know that, right? You didn't know probably.
No, when?
Now.
Well, during the
Till pretty much
between 2020.
Yeah,
and
2022 when
last
I won
summer.
pretty much I didn't play. I was just playing really high stake cash.
Yeah.
I play mostly PLO, and it's just like I play private games, and that's what I do pretty much. And I had a lot of money, so I was like I didn't really care about like spending 4 or 5 days playing a tournament when I could play. When you can win or lose that in amount in one session, you know, on playing. So yeah, after the Luna crash, I said like, oh, back to the grind.
Back to the grind.
Back to where you started, baby. But I didn't. If you see my handle mobile, I literally have no cashes for like 3 years.
I used to assume pandemic, you were slow to get out of it.
No, yeah, between the pandemic and between the things, like I didn't play online tournaments. I didn't play anything. I was just like, not at all. But now I'm motivated. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to be deep and like have chips in a tournament that it's way. I mean, I think for me, I mean, I love playing. I mean, I play every day pretty much cash too. Like, but I prefer the adrenaline of being there in a tournament, like at the end. I mean, cash is another session, whatever. You're like there, you know what's going on. I mean, like you're just playing and like you win or lose. But in a tournament, you're like, then everything like at the end, like it's so exciting, It's way more exciting.
There's only one winner too.
It's only one winner, exactly.
3 or 4. We have some rapid fire questions to wrap things up, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
Okay, speaking of cash, biggest pot you've ever won or lost? Your choice. And Luna doesn't count.
I think it was a huge pot. I mean, I would say maybe 400 or 500K or something like that. It's crazy. I was playing a private game and this billionaire guy shows up.
Live or online?
Live.
Okay. Where are we? Where in the world are we?
Well, we're in Vegas.
Okay.
And this billionaire guy comes up and first hand, and he opens. I got dealt like ace 4 suited or something. I call. He comes like ace 3 deuce with my flash draw or something.
Deuce 3?
Yeah, deuce 3. And he bets. I call or turn. There is like a 10. He checks. I bet like 30,000. He makes like 90,000. I'm there like hating my life. I call. River is a brick. He shoves for like 150 or 200. I don't even know. It was huge. And I was like there doing on the river with one pair with 4 kicker. And like, fuck, I mean, what's going on here? I was like, I hated my life. Like, I'm really playing a 400K pot, a 500K pot. I'm like here with one pair. I ended up calling, I don't know. And the guy had 9-5 off or something like that for a gotcha.
Oh, bro.
Fucking savage. And
that's one of those you start breathing again, you realize.
I was like,
and breathe for 5 minutes.
Really? Is this really happened? And I scooped and I won like 350,000 that night. It was pretty big pot. Actually.
That's sick. Let's say put you to the test right away.
Right away, boom, and you're there with.
You wonder what that guy lost that day in business. You know what I mean? To put him until immediately to sit down like that. You know?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Or maybe he won big that day in business.
He probably won big that day. Yeah, it was funny. That was crazy.
Okay. Do you have any doppelgangers? Or growing up, did people tell you look like somebody?
They do tell me all the time that I look from somebody. You probably know who I'm talking about. From a series here that everybody tells me that I look like him, but I have no idea what's the name.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I don't. Is it a comedy or is it a serious show?
I don't know. It's a series that they show me a picture many times.
Man, if anybody out there knows
there's one
who Nacho looks like.
There's one guy that I always.
Does the guy have your gray hair? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one guy that I swear we always go. I used to go a lot to Tulum to spend New Year's, and this guy is called Amit. I swear, so many times on the street, the guy was going to all the parties and stuff. So many times on the street that people come and say, "Hey Amit," or in the middle of the party, "Hey Amit." I'm like. I ended up taking a picture with the guy and I became friends. Because everybody confuses me with that guy. So that would be my...
Your doppelganger.
Yeah, and then he always goes to Ibiza. So we're at the same time in Ibiza or in Tulum. And it's crazy. Like, hey, Amit. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not Amit. I'm like, well, as soon as I speak, they realize I'm not Amit because he's American.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But like, I had it like at least 30 times.
That's crazy. You guys just vacation on the same spots.
We vacation on the same spot and we look exactly alike. We like literally look so alike.
That's crazy. What was your worst job before poker?
I didn't have too many jobs, but it's a funny one. I was a Pokemon. I was teaching Pokemon to. It was pretty bad.
Teaching Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon to like the card game to small kids. It was so annoying.
Did you like Pokemon though?
I used to play. Well, I mean, a little bit. I played when I was playing Magic the Gathering. But yeah, so they hired me as a coach for like in shopping malls or like to promote the games and stuff. Any way to make money, bro.
How much Pokemon do you own today?
0.
0 cards?
I might have in my home, actually. I should have, but I have no idea where they are. Maybe I look and I find some Charizards that are so expensive. I'm pretty sure I don't have any. But I also, like, they might be. And they might be all muggy and stuff.
What was your largest non-poker bet?
Oh, this is...
Other than crypto.
Other than crypto, it's funny. So I have a good friend. I know him for a long time. Sorel Mitzi. He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna invite you to the Apex, but UFC Apex. I don't know if you know. It's like it's not when they do it on like the stadium. It's like very small for like 200 people, and it's so wild because you're like there. I mean, like when you go to the T-Mobile Arena to watch a fight, it's so big, it's so crowded. They're like 6,000 people, whatever. Here it's like 200 people, and you have the fighter right there. You're sitting on a couch, and it's like literally 2 meters away. It's so rough.
This was UFC?
UFC here, it's in Vegas. It's so rough because you hear the punches, you hear this. I mean, like, it's like, oh my God, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
And he told me, okay, we're going to go, but I bet a lot of money. We went with him and Dan Coleman and another guy, Eagle. I say, you gotta be on my side and you gotta bet a lot. I'm like, what? Yeah. Who do we have? We have this guy, Qatar. The fight was the main event was Qatar against Chicago. He says, who you have? This guy is a 2-1 favorite. We have Kamal Qatar or something like that. I'm like, sure, let's go. And he made me bet. The Bitcoin was at 45,000 or something, and I say, okay. I don't want to say how much he bet, but he bet a lot. And I ended up betting 1 Bitcoin. And I went to see the fight. It was like 45K on the fight to win 22,000 or something. The guy got ravished. He lost every round. It was the biggest beating I've seen on a main event. The guy lost 50-45.
Oh my God.
They destroyed him, and I was like there, like I couldn't breathe. I really lose 45,000. This guy, I had no clue who he was.
Well, you paid 45 for those seats, basically.
I was completely like, oh my God, how am I so stupid? Why did I follow this guy? It was the biggest bidding I see in UFC. And it happened to me that I bet my biggest bet in my life, 45K.
Did you learn your lesson, or have there been big bets since?
I bet a lot. But I'm not that big. No, never. I thought maybe maximum I would bet now is if I really like something like 20,000. And my average bet was way less than that, maybe 5 or 10.
All right. You see anything good coming up?
It depends. I bet a lot on soccer. I bet a lot on UFC. Yeah, depends. Depends where are the good lines.
All right, I got 2 more, and then you're gonna get out of here. I promise. Are you superstitious at all?
Yeah, very.
Really?
Super.
Okay, tell me what are the superstitions?
No, sometimes I do the same thing. Like.
So if you're on a roll or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, let's say, yeah. I mean, I try to do like some little stuff, like that they're like the same, but not that superstitious.
Do you mean like you stick to the same routines, or?
I stick to the same routines all the time. Yeah. If I'm
flick the light switch 3 times.
Yeah.
Twist the doorknob 4 times before you open the door.
Yeah, or like if let's say something very dumb, my car goes always the same way. If I can go left or right here when I go out. Just go right always.
Even if that's not the way you have to go?
No. I mean, when you take it out of the garage.
Oh, okay, yeah. When you're backing it out.
Yeah.
You won't drive out of your way, but
yeah,
okay.
No, I wouldn't. But or like I take maybe always the same path to go to the gym. Yeah, stupid things, but not that superstitious. A little bit. Maybe I don't talk to somebody for a period of time because I think they're good luck or they're bad luck.
If you could name the entertainment for the Super Bowl halftime show, who would you pick?
Honestly, the one I love the most was like the one with like Eminem.
You want to run that one back?
50 Cent. I think that was insane.
That's your thing. You like rap?
No, it's not my thing that I like rap. Honestly, on their prime, I would pick Guns N' Roses for sure. But now I don't think they're like what it used to be. But for sure, like that was the best show, I think, in my opinion. But I would still pick Guns N' Roses for sure. I would that would be insane.
Yeah, people would like that.
Yeah,
they seem like the football crowd would be into that.
Yeah.
All right, we end the podcast the same way every time with a question from the random question generator. An easy one. What's your favorite movie?
Kill Bill 1.
Just the first volume. They can give you both.
No, the one is way better than the second.
Kill Bill 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Tarantino fan.
Tarantino, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. That's the best Tarantino? What's your next Tarantino?
I like them all. I like a lot Inglourious Basterds.
That's my favorite, I think.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's so good, that one. Pulp Fiction is up there too. Maybe Pulp Fiction is my second, actually.
There you go. Anyway, Nacho, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and sharing the stories.
Anytime. It was very fun, actually. I loved it.
That is it. That is the show. Thank you once again to Nacho for inviting me over and sharing the stories. You can find him playing online at America's Card Room, and you can also follow him on Twitter at Nacho_Barbero. Do not forget to follow us on Twitter as well at Card Player Media. Please subscribe and leave a nice review. And to reward yourself, go get a free digital subscription to Card Player Magazine. All you need to sign up is an email address. Until next time, thanks for listening.